Let's talk about what's going on in Guatemala. We got this story from the New York Post. Guatemala's president blames Biden for border crisis as protesters tell Kamala Harris that Trump won. This is amazing. These photos. Go home, Kamala, go home. Kamala, mind your own business. Ooh. And a big sign that says Kamala, Trump won. That is crazy. I didn't expect this. I would have thought, actually, no, I take that back. This makes a whole lot of sense. The people who are staying in Guatemala probably like what Trump's policies are towards, Guatemala and what they should and shouldn't be doing. The people who are leaving Guatemala, they're not going to like Trump, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Trump's the guy's blocking them from trying to get into the U.S. Mm-hmm. So naturally, the people who remain are like, yeah, go Trump.
Well, and you sort of touched on this earlier, but the messaging that the Biden administration is sending to people who might be considering migrating to the U.S. is so mixed. Like Kamala goes down there and she says, if you're thinking of coming here illegally, don't even try it because you will not be welcome. If you're one of the illegal immigrants who's already here, one of the 11 million plus who are already here, you're going to be naturalized and we're going to give you citizenship because there needs to be a path for citizenship because anything else would be inhumane. But you're not welcome to come here if you're not already here. It's insane.
This is one of the biggest problems with this administration, okay? Because I want to do that check. Do we have Biden derangement syndrome? No.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Check it out. Dallas News reports VP Harris in Guatemala says border visit would be mere grand gesture. Warns migrants do not come. Okay, come on. I mean, Look, maybe gesture, fine, whatever. Trump went down and surveyed a lot of the border. It was a big issue. He knows the American people were concerned about it. He went. I think about this, Trump derangement syndrome or Biden derangement syndrome thing. And I'm like, I think it really does in many ways come down to a difference in opinion based on what deserves priority. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's a lot of people who are like liberals, leftists, mostly liberals, leftists, you're a different space, liberals who are just like, I don't care all that much about illegal immigration. I just don't. And so Republicans do, and then the left is like, why aren't you talking about January 6th? And Republicans don't. They're like, because it was a riot. So it really is like a difference of opinion that there's no, obviously in media, there's a lot of fact-based problems where the left or the right believe different things. But I think a lot of it's just subjective morality. I don't think January 6th was the apocalypse. I think it was a riot. I think it was bad. I think it was, it was serious, but not the apocalypse like they're putting it to be. What did Anderson Cooper say? Here's what he said.
Oh, well, no. I was going to chime in with something else.
He said the worst attack on this country since the Civil War.
9/11. Oh, jeez. Civil War. Wow,
I'm like,
even
wow.
worse. That is hardcore.
Wow, JFK getting assassinated? Sure.
But I mean, so I hear what you say about people putting different emphasis on different issues based on where they are in the political spectrum. But the Biden administration's messaging on this has been very confused. Sometimes they're saying things that are very warm and friendly and open to people who want to come here. And then other times it's, well, you're not welcome. So Biden putting a moratorium on deportations and then Kamala going down and saying illegal immigrants are not welcome here, to me seems ridiculously conflicting, regardless of how you feel about illegal immigration as an issue.
It's a fun house mirror of policy. Mm-hmm. Because early on in his campaign, and even, Biden got blocked from doing this, but Biden was like, we're going to put a moratorium on deportations. Come on, man. And then, he gets in. And now they've officially ended as of June 1st, the Remain in Mexico policy, which was Donald Trump's policy that said, if you come to the border, we'll process your asylum while you remain in Mexico. So they officially ended that. Now they're doing catch and release. So they're once again encouraging people to come in. They catch them, let them go. In fact, Joe Biden, his administration has been smuggling migrant children into different states in the dead of night, which is one of the creepiest things I've ever heard. Now, here's the funhouse mirror. Because now Kamala Harris says, do not come, right? That's funny. Like a week ago, Biden announced he was increasing the amount of refugees and asylees they would allow into the United States. Yeah. So Biden's like, we're going to increase the amount of people that we allow in. And then Kamala goes, but don't come.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to be like, nah, I'll come. And Biden's going to let me in. What?
And that's the thing. This is sort of what I was touching on a little bit earlier. I don't know if I articulated it quite well enough, but to say we need to naturalize all of the illegal immigrants who are already here, but then turn around and say, none of you should cross the border, though, to me is completely pointless. Of course they're going to come over here. Like, what are you saying? You're welcoming them. You're inviting them, even if not with your words, then with your actions.
But I kind of feel like that's part of it. Kamala Harris can go. She won't go to the border. Mm-hmm. Right? That's serious. She's showing she's not serious. Right?
It's just a gesture, Tim.
Right. It's not a priority for her. And that's what I was saying. Like, I think a lot of Democrats are just like, who cares? I think people like Kamala, she's thinking about, is this going to get me votes? The answer is no. Because the Democratic base They were the ones that wanted open borders. They were the ones that on the debate stage, the moderator, I can't remember who it was, how many of you are in favor of giving universal health care to illegal immigrants or illegal aliens? And they all raised their hand. My favorite is the Democrats who like kind of look around like, is this what we're about now?
They're like, really? Okay, all right, guys. I guess like, this is the
Yeah,
thing.
so I think Kamala's just like, I don't care. It's like, oh, I know some people are bothered by it, so I got to say something, but she's not going to say much. Meanwhile, the actual policies are making the problem worse. And, oh, yeah, this is crazy. Lydia just pulled this up. The Denver Gazette. Republican wins mayoral race in majority Hispanic McAllen, Texas. McAllen is where they expanded the detention center. They got the kids sleeping in dirt.
Big issues.
So if you look at South Texas, if you look at Miami, dude, remember during the 2020 election, there was a safe blue district in Miami, flipped red.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It's because, what did this guy say? He said something about communism was being bad. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't this guy. But these areas, like South Texas, majority Hispanic, they do not like illegal immigration. And I have to imagine it's because a lot of these hardworking Americans, people who came here legally, are working. And they're seeing what's happening.
I think this is correct. I actually had a friend who came from Chihuahua, and she told me that her parents told her that she was going to do it legally so that people would respect her. She did not like illegal immigrants. She's like, they just come here. It's easy for them. They get everything they want. I worked so hard, and they're just taking advantage of this system. And it's literally the system I'm now paying into. It's not there.
I would imagine. I don't know for sure, but like if you're in a big city, the illegal immigrants that are there are already kind of assimilated. Like they have jobs, sort of. But the ones on the border are like random people that just got over here. Maybe don't even have any intention of going to a city to get work. They just want to avoid the chaos of South America.
I don't know. Biden's been sending migrant kids in the dead of night to various states.
Yeah,
they're shipping these illegal immigrants into like Ohio, and then having them detained by the local police. They're like, oh, we detained these illegal immigrants, so we need the police in Ohio to hold them. Then once they get them, say, okay, cut them loose, and they release them directly into their community. It's spreading them out all across the country. It is the weirdest thing. Now, I have a question, though. In the story about Kamala and, like, the protesters, who's the racist one?
Oh, man, that's rough. Well, here's what we'd have to figure out, Tim. We need to do an analysis on the crowd and figure out how many are men and how many are women, because Kamala's a woman of color.
Right.
If most of the people in the crowd are women to the point where we could say the crowd is represented by women, then it's kind of a toss-up. But if the crowd is mostly male, in fact, it doesn't even matter, right? If there's any men in the crowd, then the crowd is somewhat male, so Kamala has to be the victim here, no? Based on the rules of intersectionality?
You've got math planned for this.
Exactly. I know what's up.
Yeah, so but I guess the serious question is, like, I think one of the reasons you're not going to see this story prominently on the left is just that it makes no sense for the narrative. Mm-hmm. Like a third world country, or however they would describe it, minority country, saying they like Trump better. McAllen, Texas, they flip Republican. Mm-hmm. South Texas District, Miami, flip Trump. Guatemala, we like Trump better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody in Guatemala likes Trump better, but it's
He's going to run there. He's like, going to Guatemala, I'll become president. Then he becomes president of Guatemala, just takes over the United States.
What?
Wow. Back. Dude, it's Trump.
I have
just made a huge leap there, too.
Because I could do it. I get the job done.
I know a lot
If anyone could, it's him.
He just 100% approval in Guatemala and then annexes the neighboring countries.
He starts annexing neighboring countries until he gets to the United States.
There you go.
Honestly, I could see Trump just going for it right from Guatemala. He's like, we're going to war. We're going to take America.
I don't know what the average worker is supposed to think about this kind of thing.
I love that people around the world are invested in the politics of the United States to the point where they're going to complain. I mean, that's awesome to me. This is global. This is way beyond.
I mean, kind
US
of.
borders.
I kind of like when people aren't that invested in our politics and don't comment on it, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah,
those
like
days are done.
Why is it that so many places around the world are obsessed with America?
I think because of Hollywood.
They hate us because they ain't us, man.
We got like the cultural hub of the world in Hollywood. We have the fiscal, not really the fiscal hub of the world with the U.S. Federal Reserve and the U.S. dollar. That's kind of the Bank of England.
I mean, we have the world reserve currency,
the
for
Swiss
sure.
bank. It's kind of coming out of Switzerland, but we're like the spearhead. So the world looks at us as like the financial centerpiece and the cultural centerpiece. Not us necessarily, but this country.
I think it's movies.
Exactly. When you look at
Culture.
when you look at what Hollywood is churning out, I get why the world hates us.
It's
I
like-
do understand.
it's-
I don't even think it's our foreign policy. I really think it's Hollywood. I'm being facetious here. But
No. It's like in that Vox article from I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago now, where they asked one of the migrants in the caravan why they were coming to America, and the guy said, "I miss Buffalo Wild Wings."
Yeah.
I'm like, Buffalo Wild Wings is like, there's a bunch in Mexico, you know? Like,
The
these
restaurant?
people, yeah, the restaurant. I mean, I love B-dubs too.
Maybe it's just not as good there, though.
Can't remember the last time I went to
Oh,
a
B-dubs is BW3s is Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
I didn't know that's what BW stood for.
B-dubs.
Yeah,
B-dubs.
BW3s. Isn't that
What is it?
That was a BW. That was the
If it's
B-dub
like, is it like
restaurant
W to
in
the third
Ohio.
power? Like what? No,
I don't know. They just called it
think that's
BW3s. It was
I
in
don't know
Ohio.
about-
Interesting.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Get it?
That's only.
Yeah.
Double W's.
Yeah.
B-dubs. Come on, bro.
B-dubs.
You never had
Buffalo
B-dubs?
Wild. Why
You've,
would
have
you
you
have
never, you've never had Buffalo
BW3s?
Wild Wings?
I don't think
Oh,
you're talking
yeah.
about the same thing.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
about buffalo
I think
sauce, which
his-
is
you're throwing me
Frank's
off.
Red Hot, and that's
What?
like the secret ingredient in Buffalo
Speaking
Wild
of
sauce is
immigration,
Frank's Red Hot.
Anyway, dude.
You're talking about a restaurant.
Yes, I'm talking about these people who are walking through Mexico, and the reporter is like, "Why won't you stay in Mexico?" And the guy's like, "I miss Buffalo Wild Wings." And I'm like, "Dude, it's right there in Mexico City. I went there. No joke. I went to the Mexico City Buffalo Wild Wings. It was great. It's wonderful."
I mean, this is like me
Boneless
missing
wings, honey
Portillo's. Like, why are you going back to Chicago? I missed Portillo's.
That's
Like,
I mean,
right.
that's what it is.
I didn't go to Chicago for that.
But you
I
order
know.
it.
You ordered it, man. It's fantastic.
true.
That's why I come here.
That's
someone,
right.
someone in the audience asked if I was kidnapped. Actually, Tim just has Portillo's.
No, but I think when it comes to these migrants, they're watching American TV commercials, movies, and so their whole perception of reality is based upon American cities and stuff.
You
You
see
know
like
what I mean?
YouTubers.
Well, I mean, this is also a great place to live.
It is.
It's awesome.
In many ways, I mean, it's going downhill, unfortunately, especially with the kinds of things we've been tolerating over the past year and a half, particularly. Though those are probably more of a symptom of the issues we've been tolerating for much longer than that. But yeah, America's a great place.
It's okay to
Yeah,
go
we got
downhill
B-dubs.
sometimes.
We
you
got
know?
Buffalo
right.
Wild Wings.
They
That's
got
why
'em
people
all
are
over the
coming
place.
here.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.